Burbs. You're watching Open Crib. I'm with Kari, Nate, and Makafui, right? So if you guys just want to introduce yourselves and just kind of name where you're from, what you do, and how you got into it.
So let me start. I'm Nate. Go by my friend Nate. I'm a producer slash engineer, and I'm from the north side of Chicago, Rogers Park. And I got into producing. Really, music has just always been a part of my family, and my brother does music as well. And just through watching him and going on my own journeys with listening to music, I started making music.
I'm Kari. I'm from the south side of Chicago, Bronzeville. And I really got into music because of my mom. She was into music and she exposed me to a couple different people who helped me get started with like formally making music. So, yeah.
Yeah, my name is Makafui, and I run the creative organization Fortune House. I got into curating and just like running the organization, primarily like through helping my friends out with their art and music, but then also just like being impactful in my community. So that's like my main thing.
I dead just forgot to say what I do.
Go ahead, bro.
You could just like cut it.
I mean, you can just roll with it.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say it. I rap and sing. Yeah, that's what I do. And produce a little bit.
So Nate and Kari, you guys can kind of answer this together, and you can kind of answer it separately, because like I know you guys, work together a lot with music and stuff. So like I was gonna ask kind of all three of you what your creative process is like. So like, if you guys want to go into that.
Well, me, I like as far as like making songs and stuff, I like to do things on the spot with artists. So like as a producer, I'm not the type of producer that just makes a lot of beats to like package and then send to people or like sell. I really like to get up with people and just build off the energy that we create together, and just
Yeah, I think like whatever like I make or whatever we make is like driven by like feeling, and we kind of like to if an idea is like presented, we start from there and we just explore and try to like build on the feeling.
Yeah, but definitely big on like me and Kari together as far as working together, as far like taking smaller ideas and just like foundational shit, and then just taking time to build those things up and see like the full potential they have.
Yeah. Shit. I guess like kind of in a similar way of like Nate, how you just talked about the point of just like foundational stuff. Like a big part of what Fortune House does, like we originally started with throwing like live shows, and doing parties with like primarily live shows, and that's a big part of just like working in music. But I think I found it to be like a priority to kind of like break down like doing a live show and even just like the art and music to like how can we make this to something that's like communal, and also just like exposes just like an introductory way into somebody who's not familiar with it, or somebody who's growing into it as we are, to be able to like connect with each other on an introductory level. So with that, we kind of started like Kari and Nate helped me put together like production workshops, and we also run like open mics. So that's kind of just like going at some of like the creative mediums from like an expression level, but then also just like introductory and like skill based. So that's like a big part of it. Like definitely Fortune House is like educational. So
yeah, that was actually my next question, is like kind of explain like Fortune House and then High Life.
Where? Yeah. So Fortune House is just an idea that came to mind maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. Start off with just like again helping my friends out, and just has kind of over time grown into just being a creative organization that connects artists across the city, and we can talk about High Life more, but High Life is a collective and a brotherhood, and a family. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, really just like a brotherhood. You know, a bunch of niggas who just so happen to be in different creative fields. You know, by chance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how did you guys like all meet and like start working together then?
Like, I think it is very much a thing for people that have like similar interests to end up in the same spaces. Me and Makafui met in high school, and like I had a bunch of mutuals at Jones, and that's how me and Nate ended up meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, literally same with Nate. Like we just, I feel like we all just like kind of met through being kids outside and shit. Like
Yeah.
me and Kari would like take the 4 bus up to like Grant Park all the time and shit, and just like link up with our Jones friends and just like really just be outside and like smoke and just do kid shit.
Right.
And like over time we just like make friends and shit like that. So
Yeah.
you know, as time goes, like, you know, we
Right.
all
Yeah.
become closer friends and shit like
Because
that.
I had always seen them around, but like I can't really put a finger on like an exact moment like we
Right.
met or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just ended up growing to get closer.
Yeah, niggas was definitely like, I met hella people like through U Media too. Like, just,
Yeah.
I was like, cause like I had known about U Media since I was like 13, but I wasn't old enough to go because I wasn't in high school. But, like when I was like 14, like going into my freshman year, I started like going there over the summer, and like I met a lot of the people that like allowed me to meet, you know, other people that I like know today and like work with and stuff.
No, I feel you. I feel like, I mean, the people that we're closest with, like friends wise, I feel like after you're friends with them for so long, you almost forget like how you met and like how you started working together and all that
Yeah.
stuff because of
I
his genuine and
remember,
shit.
I
Yeah.
remember me and Kari were in a kid group chat in 8th grade. And I was in that bitch freestyle with this shit. Man, we both was going to kid and shit. And then
We ended up just writing raps and shit. On some
Bro,
funny shit.
Kick, fucking.
Kick
Bro,
was
we
some
had
shit.
this like, we had this kick group chat in high school, and like, I forget what happened, bro. But all I know is this girl made a fake account.
Kick was dangerous.
Right, that's what I was saying, bro.
Yeah.
Some girl made a fake account, got in the group chat, and exposed everybody, bro.
Yeah.
Like literally, principals knocking on doors.
Damn.
And like,
no.
I was a new kid at the school, and I had just gotten in the group chat. I had no clue what was going on, bro. I was like, yo, I'm leaving. Everyone that was leaving the group chat kept getting added back by people. They're like, nope, we're all going down, bro. I was like, fuck you, bro. I'm brand new. I don't know any of this shit, bro.
Damn, too critical.
Kick was just like a place with bad shit to happen.
Yeah, that shit was.
Talk about Kick was the app version of the coronavirus. So it's
Dead ass, bro. Which is
All type of shit was going
horrible,
down.
bro.
Kick. I remember how to kick. I was like texting girls I didn't even know for real.
Right.
I got hella Kick hoes.
Kick hoes is definitely a thing.
It's crazy it's crazy because a lot of them people on Kick was actually just like grown ass motherfuckers being weird.
You remember getting those fucking chain messages for
Yes.
Kick.
Bro, Kick was fucking weird. But so how did like Neon Bombs come together? Because I know you performed that last night with Webby and Hey Sunny, and I know Nate and then Gus produced it, right?
Yeah. So like I grew up like listening to like a lot of Chicago music, like a lot of Common, a lot of Prime Radio, a lot of Kanye, and I was like really inspired by like the Common album, just like going into, you know, production ideas and stuff for the tape. So he had a song Faithful, and like it's this old soul singer, Dwayne Julius Rogers, who he sampled for that song. I was just like, damn, I really love this song. I want to see if we can, you know, chop it up and recreate it. So yeah, I took it to Gus one day, and like he helped me like chop it up, threw some percussion over it, and then Nate.
Yeah, Gus had that fire chop, and then Kari had brought it to me just like with like I think like half of his first verse, and then I was instantly like, this is hot as fuck, and then I had the idea to add like, get a horn player on there, and then have like a hook. We didn't know really where the hook would go, or a hook, because it's not really a hook, but Wemmy's part, where it would go. We just kind of had like an idea for it, because instantly when you hear that song, to me it was like it's like a, for lack of a better word, like legendary type feel. So I wanted it to like really have moments where it like hit on some nostalgic shit, and I think that's what we tried to do with like Wemmy's part. And then eventually we got to the next verse, got Rod on there, Sunny.
Oh yeah, bro, that song was raw. I think that's how I like found your music.
Oh, for real?
It was through Neon Bombs. I forget why, because I think Sunny retweeted it, because I've been listening to Sunny's music for a while now, and I think I found that, and then I started diving into your music and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, bro.
That's my shit.
Hell yeah. So kind of going back, we talked about Kick, like middle school shit, like all that shit. What was your guys' like favorite album growing up? Because I know I really got into music like middle school.
You want to answer that, Nate?
I'm gonna let you go first.
Shit. Low key, like I started like collecting albums and stuff like a little bit before like high school, like, or a little bit before middle school, really, like before sixth grade. But like my mom was always confiscating them shits because they had hella cursing in them. So like it wasn't until I was like 11, 12 when I like got access to the internet and was able to like really, you know, explore what I liked for myself. So shit, I was like listening to like Mac Miller, Kids, like Sir Michael Rocks, The Rocks Report, Tunde, like Acid Rap, like those are definitely like big projects for me. Hove, like The Blueprint, like Common,
definitely. Damn near all those you just said. As far as going back to like middle school and shit, I was definitely listening to Mac, listening to Chance for sure. Once I got to high school, started listening to a lot of Outkast, Andre, and then diving into like 90s hip hop. Got big into that super Tribe Called Quest head for a minute. Yeah.
That was one of the anthology. That was like an album.
Yeah. Midnight Marauders is probably my shit. I played that so many times.
I remember like the first like, cause I used to like, of course I always just like listen to music. Like when I was shorty, like my people always play like, of course like Michael Jackson and Prince and shit like that. But I remember just on some like even just like rap hip hop shit and just like listening to shit on my own. The first album I remember actually being excited when it released was Watch the Throne, when that shit came out in like 2012. And I feel like that's on some like internet shit too. So I remember like Watch the Throne being like my first like favorite album that I was like actually just like independently listening to and not overhearing. But like my big brother makes music, and so of course just like growing up I heard like him and his friends shit, and then just like they would always like listen to like old Wayne and like Eminem and shit like that. So I used to hear a lot of like 2006 Wayne and like you know Eminem and like fucking who else, like, and even like Soulja Boy and shit like that. All of that shit was in the crib, like
I think MMLP 2, or not 2 was, I didn't really like 2, but number 1 was probably my favorite growing up, and I really liked the Carter 4. But you guys remember like Royce the 5'9"?
Yeah.
I listened a lot to him. I don't know why. I was just like really into Royce. And
I never got super into him.
People would ask me who I listened to. I'd be like, Royce. I'm like, who the fuck is that? Like, same thing with like, I was all in the underground wave, like Tech 9, Says Crew,
I used
all
to,
that shit.
I remember when before like Apple Music and shit, niggas just going like Hip Hop DX and like album jams and shit like that, mixtape jams and Dat Piff, Smarilla, like those. I used to hella listen to like hella Meek Mill and like Big Sean and shit, like on some mixtape shit.
Hell yeah, bro. Mixtape, bro. I kind of miss them. Like, I feel like they've kind of gone away in a sense. And like, there was so much good music.
People don't be excited for mixtapes as much anymore. Everybody wants like.
I mean, I feel like now it's harder to.
Album.
It's harder to differentiate. What's a mixtape and what's.
Well, when people dropping like, when Drake dropped like More Life, it was like a playlist, and I'm like, come on, like just call it a mixtape.
I fucked with More Life.
I fucked with it too, but like, I don't know, bro. Like how you like
Yeah.
what is a playlist compared to an album or?
Yeah, I guess he like described it as a playlist because it served the purpose of like, being a soundtrack that you could
Right.
throw on at like a party,
Right. That's
different.
True, bro. I feel that because it's all over the place. There's really no like cohesive like
Yeah, and when you in a function, like sometimes you experience like different.
Yeah, like you could just put that shit on shuffle and like you know what I mean, and just like listen to that shit.
Bro, I never take the aux because I don't listen to party music, and I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up.
I feel you.
Fuck that shit.
True.
I feel you.
Yeah, I'll be all over the place sometimes.
Right.
Not gonna cut.
Bro, because I listen to a lot of like slow music. Like I listen to a lot of like chopped and screwed music. Like I will instead of listening to the regular album, like the Brent Faiyaz like Chop Not Slop. That shit is heat.
I lucky heard from what I've heard about that project.
Yeah, Nick was
saying that the chopped and screwed one was hard.
You have to listen to. I know it's not an album that you would expect to be chopped, but The Life of Pierre 4, bro, chopped and slowed.
Is that Pierre Bourne
So
shit?
good, yes, bro, so good. But so what is your guys' like go-to shoe? Because we were kind of talking about that. I usually wear Reeboks. That's what I wear.
Shit, yeah. My favorite shoe right now is these Pierre Moss shoes, but either Pierre Moss or like my Oswego's. Those been like my two right now.
True.
I also like just wearing my Adidas slides in the crib. Kari got my Adidas slides right now.
So I was been waiting for you to come and get them, bro.
But yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with like low top shoes a lot. Like I like Continentals, Adidas. I like Kill Shots, like Nike's. Like really just like the fresh shit, shit you could rock with.
Yeah, I got no sauce, so my shoe collection's not crazy. I like get a pair of shoes, just wear the fuck out of, but I like low top shit, the ones for sure. But Reebok, what I fuck with about Reebok is that they do like collaborations with like producers and artists, which is raw. Cause I have a pair of some Reeboks, which are the Manny Fresh Juvenile collab on some New Orleans shit. And those are pretty raw.
I fuck with Reeboks, but sometimes I wear them like, damn, like my fucking game is weak. Like my shoe game is weak, bro.
I ain't gonna front to you. This would be fine.
Bro, cause I just have like the like classic like leather, the classic like nylon ones. I'm just like, I don't know, bro. Sometimes I'm like going on, I'm like, fuck, all I got is Reebok.
My brother got some like black Reeboks in middle school, and he did not wear them bitches. He was like, I'm not finna get flamed.
Oh yeah, bro. Before a couple years ago, you like couldn't wear them.
That should be too serious. Like,
I know, but
Yeah, I
shit, I
remember
mean,
when everybody was getting like that era where everybody was in like superstars and like Roshis and shit.
Roshis.
I was the Roshi jogger combo.
Hell yeah.
Hello Roshis. But I remember I had some marble Roshis. Bro. Them bitches was weak as
I had
hell.
some camo Roshis.
I had the blue Roshis and then the fucking match ripped.
Somebody stole them bitches at Jump, G.
Hell no.
So, Kara, you tweeted this, so I'm gonna ask everyone else because I kind of agree with you. You said waffles over pancakes, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I agree with you, and a lot of people argue pancakes.
We had this argument yesterday about the hierarchy of breakfast, like starches and shit. And it was a couple high key. It was Sunny. It was Shayla. It was Miles, and they was like the order is pancakes, French toast, and then waffles.
That's cap.
But I disagree. And I think it's waffles, French
toast, yeah.
Pancakes.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Pancakes be good, but like them bitches be like.
It's just,
It's
bro,
yeah,
it's
too
flat,
much,
like,
bro.
all it is.
It's like too flour based.
It's alright.
Like French toast.
Waffles
bro.
hit, and waffles are necessarily plain, but then it's like the texture and the process behind waffles.
Yeah, if you
makes
go
it
to-
a better eating experience.
Exactly.
And if you throw like some powdered sugar on them bitches and,
Right.
and have some like a fried chicken breast on them bitches.
Put some vanilla in them
Stupid,
shits.
dumb.
Hey, you
No,
gotta
it's-
go to Chicken and Waffles on 39th and King Drive. I swear
I
to
know,
God,
G,
they
I
got
went
the
to-
best waffles in the city.
So
Like,
I went to Roscoe's. I went to LA last weekend. I went to fucking Roscoe's and got the Obama special G with an extra breast.
What's
That
the
shit-
what's the Obama
I missed my
special?
fucking flight. I swear to God,
What?
I missed my flight.
What is the Obama special?
It's 3 delicious, super crispy chicken wings
Super crispy.
with a delicious waffle with micro holes in it. So it's like really good. It's
Yeah.
delicious as hell.
A micro.
they, talk about micro.
Some Obama butter, G. That shit is delicious. Bro. They-
You say Obama butter?
What the fuck is Obama?
Right.
Gee, I don't even know. Shit, delicious.
Yeah, bro, I agree. I can't fuck with pancakes. I don't know.
Y'all can only eat like 2
They're
pancakes.
cool.
Like,
They're cool.
And them bitches get weak as hell after like 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes.
yeah, it's just like
Mhm.
I don't
you
know.
can reheat waffles. You can't reheat pancakes.
Right, bro.
You can't really reheat waffles, but like
Yeah.
occasionally it depends on the type.
Hey,
of
if you go to-
But
They
the
good
but the
chicken
Eggos, the
If they
Eggos.
crispy,
huh?
nah, if, yeah, that's what I'm
Eggos
saying.
are
Like,
always
if they
decent.
crispy waffles, you can reheat them bitches, but like
You can reheat depending on like the base and stuff. Like
Yeah.
if you go to Chicken and Waffles and you decide to put the waffle in the refrigerator,
yeah,
you
you
can
go back.
definitely reheat
I
that.
feel like you can eat other shit with French toast. You can eat other shit with waffles. But what the fuck are you gonna eat with pancakes? Like I'm talking about like not like sides, but like on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
But as a variation of pancakes, crepes are good as hell.
Crepes are
Ooh.
good.
If you,
Crepes.
make,
Crepes,
if
you
you
know,
classify
the
crepes as a
bougie.
pancake, it brings the pancake.
That's
out.
high.
Hey, I fuck with
feel
crepes
you.
with strawberries and chocolate.
Some banana and shit.
Yes, bro. Strawberries on waffles.
Strawberry banana crepes.
Yeah.
This is be here.
Yeah, I'm hungry and I want some crepes.
Bro, crepes are good as fuck.
Hell
I really
yeah.
had them.
I saw this
recently.
Twitter video where they heated up the pan and then put it into the pancake batter, and then they put it up, and then it was like a crepe on the bottom of the fucking pan and shit. And they were just making
I
crepes.
saw that,
They make
bro.
crepes fast and shit. And it didn't seem like it would work because like, yeah.
You ever tried those? Tyler did the cinnamon waffles. You ever know what
I
I'm
think
talking
I've seen
about?
that video.
Yeah,
bro.
you ever made some
Oh,
cinnamon
Tyler the
waffles?
Creator?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that shit's fire.
I used to
That
watch
was, like,
that show.
screaming at the lady, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
The
That-
video is funny, but the waffles are fire. with
Did
some
you have
cinnamon?
the golf app?
No.
Oh, you just saw it on YouTube. I used
Yeah,
to
I
have
saw
like
it
the
on
app.
YouTube.
I used to like pay for the subscription and stuff. But that's I'm like,
Damn,
yeah,
they have a subscription,
yeah.
They was getting to it.
right?
Kari, bro. I asked you about this tweet. You tweeted it last year in
Yeah, we got
September
receipts.
4th, bro.
Uh-oh.
At 4 o'clock, you said, caught my grandpa lacking at Dollar General today.
Yeah, like, so my grandpa, like he got this little cute dog. I don't know what type of dog it is, but I just saw him in his car, and I was like, he was in the Dollar General parking lot. I was like walking over to like paint this mural for Mariano's, with the project that I was like working on with a woman. Her name is Dorian Sylvain, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I saw him in the car. And look, he scared him. He's like, oh. That shit was funny as hell to me. Cause but yeah, that's my grandfather. It's funny.
Bro, I
funny
get
as hell.
scared when like people pop up on you like out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah, he was just with his dog chilling, like his cute little dog.
Nate, bro,
What's up, man?
you tweeted May of
I
last
don't even
year.
be on Twitter. Let's see
That's
what-
why,
let's see
yeah,
what
you
I
had
said.
hella tweets.
Let's
Kari
see
had
what I
hella,
said.
bro.
Who
Kari had
knows?
hella.
Who knows what I
But you
said?
said the white dude next to me told me Joyner Lucas, the next Kendrick.
Oh yeah, this dude in high school told me that shit, and I was just like, this was like right after he dropped that. I don't know what that video was, but the video of the dude, the racist
yeah.
dude and the
Yeah,
black
yeah.
dude talking, and he was like, "Yeah, bro, like I'm telling you, Joyner Lucas got that shit." Like, and just I think because Joyner Lucas was saying some woke shit, he was like, "Yeah, he's the next Kendrick. He's going crazy."
That shit was fake woke as
But
fuck.
yeah, right.
I feel like, to me, bro, I feel like Joyner Lucas is raw and like can have bars here or there, but he reminds me of like just a little bit less corny, like Hobson.
I mean, yeah, that's like that whole group type. Like that's
real.
like they're like Eminem babies, but on some woke shit.
No, I feel you,
Talking about this solves racism.
Right.
bro.
But I was low. I had a little Hobson phase in high school, like early,
So
like
did I, bro.
freshman year of high school.
What was
I was
that?
on that Tech 9 shit.
He had
like,
some different,
underground, like,
yeah, right. Like those there's some of those ill minds that were decent.
Yeah, bro.
Like I think
4
six
raw.
was my shit. 4.
Yeah, I remember watching those.
Yeah, they were alright. They were cool.
So, alright. So I'm notorious for accidentally knocking people's food out of their hands, bro.
Hell yeah, yeah. Like I remember I was with my friend Olive. We were in New York, and like
You're shaking your head. He do that shit to you?
I just noticed.
yeah, we were on the
clumsy.
train, and like we had went to the spot Vanessa's and got like some pancake sandwiches, and like I gave her mine because I didn't eat the rest of it, and then I just like dropped my hands, like wasn't paying attention, and just like knocked that shit on the floor. I did that to someone else. Who did I do that? Who did I do that to?
Pancake sandwiches.
What the fuck is that, bro?
Dessert.
It's like sesame bun, like with meat and like lettuce and like some specials. That shit busting up.
Really?
Hell yeah. But yeah, I'm a clumsy motherfucker. So.
Bro, it's so sway when you knock someone's food out in public, bro. You're like, oh, like, fuck, bro. Like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Bro, I was in a Goodwill. This table, bro. See how there's tile in the table? That used to be glass. So I picked it up at Goodwill, bro, thinking the glass was like glued in.
it.
Bro, the glass shattered everywhere. I was silent. People just looking at me. Didn't even get an employee. Found a broom, swept up the whole thing. Still bought the table. I was like, fuck this, bro.
Damn, how did you? You just found some tiles that fit?
Yeah, I
Put
cut
'em in
some
Little ingenuity.
Oh yeah, bro. It's bro. I hate it, but like the class looks so much better, but it's just so fucking splayed in public. Alright, bro. Send them out. This is last year, January, so almost 2. Oh, that is almost 2. Wait, no, that's just a year. Never mind. My bad, bro.
Time.
So I'm out in Broward County right now, and the white girl is saying the N-word. SOS.
Yeah, I experienced some like weird ass, like distorted reality type ass, like racist shit. Like these like 2 girls had like invited me to smoke with them on the beach, right? So like one of them had lip injections. It was 3 girls. One of them had lip injections. I think that another one was like off some Xans or shit, like or some heroin or shit.
Sounds
It
like
was
Florida, bro.
fuck yeah, bro.
Like, bro.
But yeah, like
Tweaking.
they just like started saying a bunch of problematic shit, and it was just like so confusing because like, you know, on the one hand, like, you know, they were, you know, obviously influenced by like black culture and shit, but just very ignorant, you know. At the same time, it was just weird. I felt like I was in a different world. Like that shit had me tweaked out. Like I didn't even know what to say. They were just saying a bunch of crazy shit. I don't even want to repeat what they said.
Bro, Florida's another world, bro.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
yeah, I was just.
They're built
I
a
was
little
out
different
there-
out there.
I was out there like in December maybe, and that shit was crazy as fuck. And it's just a different type of air out there. Like they be fucking tweaking. Like it be Florida people be tweaking, but then just on some Florida shit. People be tweaking. Like I was at this party out there, and this random, you know, this random lady walked up to me and gave me this a fucking plant, like a whole plant, and I'm like, I feel you on giving me this plant, and this is an amazing gesture, but like, this is also a plant that I have to water and take care of, and I'm also traveling on an airplane, and I can't bring this plant and soil on it. You know what I mean? So I was just like, it was fucked up. I left in the Airbnb, and I hope, you know, they probably taking care of it and shit. It's now probably a part of the Airbnb, but I'm like,
I hope so.
Who the
but
fuck gives you a plant, bro? Like she just walked up and gave you a plant.
gave me a plant. They were probably, it was a weird party though. They probably was on some.
That's even the weirder thing, bro. Imagine being at a party. I would imagine you're a little fucked up, and someone's like, "Here, bro, here's a plant." Like, what are you supposed to do in that moment? The only thing is to like accept it.
No, I accepted it. And it was a good gift. Bro. I just, but in looking back, I was like, I can't take care of this.
Oh yeah.
This being, like I can't do that.
Oh yeah, bro.
It's like giving somebody a dog and they didn't ask for a dog. It's like
That's fucked up. You should not give like pets as presents unless you know for a fact someone wants a pet, bro.
yeah, okay.
That's fucked up. But no, that's pretty much all I had. So unless you guys want to like, I have like any final thoughts, like stuff we didn't cover. There's something you want to say. I know there is, cause like I was gonna drop this like this coming Wednesday.
So, me and Nate have been working on my first proper mixtape, and yeah, we've been working on it for like the past like year and some change, and we finally have all the masters and stuff, and it's coming out in a couple months. So
CPWF.
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 So expect that in a couple months. We're really excited to give it out, and Fashion House on the 20th is.
Hell yeah. We're doing a fashion show at the MCA. And it's gonna be like a traditional runway. We got some really dope vendors coming through. We got Youth for Black Lives vending, Social Works, Internet Hotspot, Dreamer Data, and that's just like a few. But it's gonna just be like a super cool experience. We want to just like do some shit for the fashion community. We're also gonna be doing like some workshops. So it'll be like workshops around like artist merchandising, cut and sew. Yeah, really just going at it with the fashion shit. There's gonna be some really raw designers. Kim is gonna have some shit in it. Diego Studios is gonna have some shit in it. Just hella like raw ass shit in the fashion world. So yeah.
Shout out Kimothy.
Fashion.
Yeah, I just brought the Chicago Creates Legends t-shirt. Wore that shit yesterday. It is comfy as fuck, bro.
Super.
Yeah.
It's hella comfy.
I wear this like every day. Like.
Really?
I wear
My
this
shit,
bitch
is,
a lot.
my shit is literally in the car.
Thank you guys so much for doing this. I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you.
Support High Life, support
Thank
Fortune
you, sir.
House. When that tape comes out, go get it. Thank you guys for watching Open Crib.